Good morning. Welcome back to Unraveled Beer Thoughts. It's early, so I'm trying to get these notes in before I forget about it. So the other day I had a really enticing sour beer tasting. We had 3 beers: the Puff Tart from the Brewing Project, the Strawberry Pineapple Sour Ale from Highwire, and Cool in the Gang Blue Owl from the Blue Owl Brewing Company. So I'll start with the Puff Tart and kind of run through my notes on these. The Puff Tart was the one I was probably the most excited about. I've had that version of beer. There's a whole bunch of Puff Tarts, and they're real juicy and fruity. This one was pretty pulpy. I had a nice smell to it. It was very, when I poured it into the glass, particularly when I got to the second half of the second glass. I was doing a tasting with 2 other folks, and there's a lot of pulp in the can. So if I was repouring this, I would be very gentle with the can. I would let everything settle, and I would not pour as much of that pulp into it. Now, some beer drinkers really like that, and if you are into, hey, I like my beers pulpy, you would probably really enjoy this beer. So I gave the appearance a ding, because to me, a little too much pulp, a little more than I want in a beer. I don't mind that settling to the bottom and pouring and not getting it in my glass quite as much. Good mouthfeel. I will say really good taste, and there's a good vanilla on the nose. There's some vanilla in there mixed with the fruit, so it has a really interesting overall flavor that I greatly enjoyed. I would definitely drink this again. I think the other Pop Tarts I've had I liked better. My overall for this one is a 3.75, and I'm kind of rounding to the nearest quarter, so I'm not doing super refined ratings here or math to determine. I'm just kind of giving my overall subjective feel to it to some degree. The second beer was the Strawberry Pineapple Sour Ale from Highwire. This one came in the Rare Beer of the Month Club. I'll try to put a link in the bottom of my notes here. Rare Beer Club always sends very interesting beers. I think it's the only beer club I've ever been a part of before. But they, regardless of the style they send, I always enjoy what they send. So this one was very good. It did not disappoint. Pretty average aroma, nothing, some fruit notes, but nothing overpowering. Looked really good in the glass. It looked very smooth and had a great mouthfeel, great taste. Overall, I'd give this one a 4. Definitely would drink it again. Of the sours that I drank this day, this was easily, in my opinion, the best one, the smoothest, most refined of the sours. So I really enjoyed it. Would drink that again. I didn't see a title on the beer. I'll post a picture up there, but I think it was just called Strawberry Pineapple Sour Ale from Highwire. My guess is it's kind of a specialty, and don't know where I'll have to look up where Highwire is located and see if I can put it in the notes here, or in the pop it up on the screen. Cool in the Gang by Blue Owl Brewing was offered to me by Ben at the Bearded Monk here in Denton, and this was a really interesting beer. I like coffee beers, and I wonder, I'm not much of a tea drinker. I kind of drink tea during the winter when I'm ill. Every once in a while, I'll just mix it up just for the sake of having some tea, and we have some nice teas, but I wonder if this beer is a beer that a tea drinker would really love. In fact, if someone said they really, really like tea and they hadn't had any beers they really like that much, I'd probably get them this beer. So my rating tends to be a little low, because to me it felt overpowered with the tea. It definitely smelled like Earl Grey tea. It looked like a pretty light beer. I put the mouthfeel kind of low because it felt like very thin beer, but when I think about it, uh, I guess if you're a tea drinker, that might be what you're looking for, honestly. So there's there's subjectivity to my review for sure. And being more of a coffee than a tea person, I probably would. I didn't. I 275 on the taste. I was much lower on the taste on this because I felt like the tea was overpowering. And in general, when it comes to beer, I tend to if the flavor is overpowering to me, I tend to ding it a little um, because I think a good beer will tend to have a hint of flavor uh, if it's focusing in on some style. So in this case, tea was accentuated, but I thought it was accentuated a little too much. But I would. This is kind of falls overall 325 because I have to give it a little bit of a like I think a tea drinker might really like this, and that's what makes me. I don't think it was a bad beer, uh, and so anything under a three for me is like there's something wrong with it. This one, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It was just it doesn't reach the greatness category of like fours and 375s, and definitely on the high fours where it would be. I'm gonna chase after this beer all the time. So that was my sour tasting. That was all those beers were drank with a variety of cheeses, some Gouda, some Brie. Um, I can't remember all the cheeses, but they were good and very excellent beers. I think I'll have to see most of these. I don't think are widely available, but I think the Blue Owl is available in Texas, and the Puff Tart is now seems like you can get that uh, more than I could before. So I'll post some notes on that. But yeah, thanks for joining with Unraveled Brewing for another round of flights. Thanks.